Hello everyone, I'm Colleen and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in October, and I'm going to be showing you guys the books that I'm planning to read in November. The first book that I read in October was One by Sarah Crossan. I would like to thank Maximum Pop and Bloomsbury for sending me a copy of this book in exchange for an honest review. I gave this book a 4.2 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It is written in free verse, so it's very easy to get through. And also, this book is about two twins who are conjoined. We only get one perspective though, and so I think that's one of the reasons why I knocked down a star, because it would have been so much better if we got two perspectives, because these two girls are so different people. They see the world differently, and it would have been so interesting to hear about Tippy's point of view. But anyway, this book is about them having to move from being homeschooled to moving into a very cool school. It's basically just like any other school, and of course these two girls are very different from the people there, so they have to deal with the stares and people probably making fun of them. And this also deals with them maybe falling in love and making new friends. The family aspect of this book is wonderful, and the sisterhood is just so nice to read because I have a sister. Even though we have different situations, I can't help but, you know, agree with these two girls. Like, yes, they are conjoined, but they still have those moments where they want to kill each other, which is basically just like any other relationship with your siblings. Again, I gave this book a 4.2 out of 5 stars. The second book that I read in October was All of the Above by James Dawson. This is the first book by him that I've ever read, and he usually writes like horror/thriller novels, but this is his first contemporary novel, I believe. This book is not only diverse, but it also talks about mental health, sexuality, and interracial couples. So it was really refreshing to read all those things. But at the same time, I felt like it's a very short book, so I felt like some things were overshadowed and some things weren't absolutely developed. So that's the only thing. I just wish that it was a little bit more longer so we could have more development. But other than that, it was really enjoyable, and I don't really want to tell you guys what happens in this book because for me, it's a little bit complicated to give you guys a summary because it is contemporary, but I will read you guys a line or two, and this line just sold me. It just made me want to buy this book as soon as possible. So the line is, when 16-year-old Toria moves to the faded seaside town of Brompton-on-Sea, she doesn't expect to fall in love once, let alone twice. And I love how it was written. It was written as if the main character was talking directly to you. Also, I felt like I could relate to the character. She is like an internet girl. She loves Tumblr and just loves the internet, and she wants to work in her pajamas, which is basically what I want. And she also writes beautiful poems, so yes, they're all throughout this book. I think there's one in every chapter. So yeah, definitely check out this book if you're interested. I gave this book a 4.2 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I read from beginning to end is Am I Normal Yet by Holly Bourne. I have to say, this is my favorite book that I have read in October. I know I've only read like 3.5 books altogether, but this one is my favorite. This book is about a girl named Evelyn, also known as Evie. And the thing about Evie is that she has OCD and generalized anxiety, so her life is not very easy compared to other young people. And sometimes she feels like she just doesn't want to live like that, and she just wants to be normal. And one of the things that she thinks that will make her feel normal is having a boyfriend. But also, during her process of possibly having a boyfriend, she meets two lovely ladies named Lottie and Amber, and they are amazing people. They become best friends, and they even like created a really great feminist group which is called the Spinters. And they wanted to re-own that word and give it a positive spin, and I thought that was a really great idea, and at times I found myself really wanting to join in to the conversation because it's awesome. And the topics that they talk about in this book is so interesting. They talk about things like periods, sexism, feminism, of course, and so much more. And I can't wait to read more books in this series. It's going to be having a companion trilogy, and the next book is coming out in February, I believe, and it's going to be in Amber's perspective. And Amber is like a very interesting person, and I can't wait to read all of the books in this series. But yes, other than the Splinter Clove, my other favorite thing about this book is how it was written. It has sections to like show us her bad thoughts, her happy thoughts. And I just think that it was really great that we have that because it made us understand Evie's move and her thought process. This book does deal with the sensitive topic of having a relapse, but Holly Bourne did say that she's very careful to not trigger anybody. But I had to say some bits in this book were kind of like horrifying, not in that way, but I just can't find the right words right now, but she definitely does not sugarcoat this relapse. Overall, I gave this book a 4.9 out of 5 stars. And last but not least, the book that I half read is Pop Son is by Eric Didrikson. I won this book from HarperCollins UK, so thank you so much HarperCollins for having this giveaway. You guys should definitely follow publishers on Twitter because they are most likely going to be having like giveaways, and just enter them. Enter as much giveaways if you want, because you'll never know when you'll win, and I rarely ever win giveaways, so I was really happy to get this. I read this back and forth with my sister, and it was really fun trying to figure out what that song is in modern time. But this book is basically pop songs turned into Shakespearean sonnets, so that was a really cool idea. I read this book for my Catty-tastic TBR jar challenge, which was to read a book that's not a novel, and of course this book is like in sonnets. And as I said, I half read this book because, let's be honest, Kat did not say that you have to read a book from start to finish, so I think I pretty much won the challenge. So yes, these were all the books that I read in October. I know it's not much, and I thought I read more, but unfortunately not. But yes, I had a great reading month nonetheless. And now I'm gonna show you guys the books that I'm planning to read in November. The first book that I'm so excited to read in November, and it's actually a priority book for me, and it's Ice Like Fire by Sarah Roche. This is the second book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. This book was sent to me by Harper 360 UK, so thank you guys so much for sending me a copy of this book in exchange for an honest review. And I have already started this. I am on page 114, and so far so good, but I'm still doing my exams, so once my exams are finished, I can't wait to just read this straight through. And yes, so far so good. It has a second perspective added, and I thought that that was just amazing. I love that new point of view. Also, I have two books that I am prioritizing this month, and it is the first two books in the Firebird trilogy, which is 1,000 Pieces of You and 10,000 Skies Above You. Again, thank you guys so much at Harper 360 for sending me a copy of this book. I can't wait to read them. Look how beautiful this cover is, and Snow Like Ashes. And I bought this book like last year, and I still haven't read it, so I can't wait to read this so I can read this. And now we are down to the last book. This is for my Catty-tastic TBR jar challenge, which is like my second last challenge to do. And I can't believe this year is almost over, and I just don't want it to end yet, but come on, I have some books I'm anticipating in 2016, so I guess it's not too bad. But yes, my second last Catty-tastic TBR jar challenge is to read a classic. And I have no idea what classic to read because I am not a classic reader. The only classics that I have read and actually enjoyed was To Kill a Mockingbird and The Great Gatsby, so I need to venture onto this world of classics. So if you guys have any suggestions, comment down your favorite classics in the comments down below, and I can't wait to see what you guys recommend to me because I am definitely going to try and read a classic. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!